Roughly 40% of the state lives in this one city. It is the largest city land-wise in North America. Of course, I'm talking about Anchorage, Alaska. What is it really like living in Alaska, and specifically in the Anchorage area? In this video, I'm gonna really break it down for you and show you what it's like. It's beyond the reality TV version of what you might be seeing, of what it's like living in Alaska and specifically in Anchorage. I myself have lived in Alaska and Eagle River and Anchorage, first as a teenager, and then I moved back as an adult. So I'll definitely say you get a little bit of a different perspective when you're moving back as an adult to look at it. So you start looking at things a little bit differently. Your priorities definitely shift. So before we get started though, make sure you give this video a like, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure that you like the little bell over there as well. So with living anywhere, there's obviously going to be pros and cons. So I'm going to give you the pros and then I'm going to give you the cons of living in Anchorage, Alaska. So on the pro column, we're going to put it is absolutely beautiful, okay? The scenery here is really going to be second to none. You've got background of mountains all over the place. You have lakes that are very accessible and very easy for recreation. You've got, really this is just an outdoorsman's paradise on the amount of stuff that you can do up here. There's hiking, there's hunting, there's fishing. If you're into, paragliding, we've got that, rock climbing. If you really feel like getting adventurous, you can definitely go. Believe it or not, you can go surfing up here, so that's something you can do as well. Maybe that'll be a future video. So there's really a lot of stuff that you can do up here, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay. Now, even though the line between kind of the city and nature is pretty blurred here, because you can get moose just walking straight up your neighborhood road like it's nothing, like they just belong there. So even though you kind of have that blurring between nature and city, you still get the conveniences of a large city. Okay, we still have great restaurants, we still have a lot of great places to go shopping. We definitely do have malls, so it does have a lot of those conveniences. Now, the third thing that's really nice about Anchorage, just off the top of my head, is it is super well positioned, okay? It is positioned to where you can head south into the Kenai Peninsula, which is really kind of Alaska's playground, if we're being honest. That's where we Alaskans go to have fun. Or you can go further north from this spot as well, which is great because that's where you're going to be getting a lot of hunting and a lot more, kind of outdoors activities are up there as well as you get closer to Fairbanks. So that's great. It's positioned really well. What are your favorite parts about living in Anchorage? Do you have any questions about what it's like living in Anchorage that you would like to have answered by someone who actually lives here? Post those questions down below in the comments section, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. Now, we've gone over the pros. Now, let's go ahead and go over the cons of living in Anchorage. Now, one of the biggest ones is going to be that it is remote compared to the rest of the lower 48, aka the rest of the United States, or the continental United States. It kind of feels sometimes like you live in a separate country because you're not connected by land to the mainland. You do have, the Alaskan highway. You do have to drive through Canada though, so you can really kind of feel isolated sometimes for that reason. I wouldn't expect packages from Amazon to arrive really the soonest would be about a week is kind of what I would expect. The second biggest con are the winters. Obviously, it's not nearly as bad if you find some winter activities that you really love, like cross-country skiing, snowboarding, ice fishing. You find something that you really enjoy doing outside during the wintertime, and it's going to be a lot easier, but it is dark during the winter time, okay? That's something you don't really prepare for very much. We do get something called seasonal depression up here, essentially because there's so much less sunlight than what you'd have anywhere else. then you actually do start developing kind of a seasonal depression just because you don't have the vitamin D hitting your skin. So usually just take some pills and you'll be okay, but that is definitely something to be aware of, just to make sure you're not blindsided by that once you're up here. What about crime? Sure, crime definitely does exist up here, just like it does anywhere else. We do kind of see a bit of an uptick from everything that I've been told during the winter months. I will say though that during the earthquake back in 2018, there was a lot of shops that actually had their windows busted open just because the earthquake rolled through and all their merchandise was right up there for the taking. There was actually no looting in Anchorage during the 28 earthquake, okay? 2018 earthquake. So that does show you that even though obviously you're still gonna have some crime there, there's definitely kind of a mindset up here where you hit a time of natural disaster, everyone just kind of pitches in and helps each other. That's just kind of the common mindset that goes with living up here. Thank you for watching. If this has been useful, make sure you give me a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure that you hit the little bell over there to receive notifications whenever I create more material like this that could help you. If you have any other questions, make sure that you register at my website that is going to be down below. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have.